Hi and welcome back. Today we're looking at a belated Christmas present from my wife, which has been delivered today, and that is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Pink Ranger 2-pack. So I'll get the bubble wrap off and then we'll look at the packaging. Okay, so first up, right at the front, we have the standard window box packaging, and we can see the pink Zeo Ranger and the pink Mighty Morphin Ranger, with artwork of both Rangers on the side. This is obviously the standard artwork for the Lightning Collection. If we turn this around to the side, we have the continuing artwork for the pink Zeo Ranger and the Power Rangers logo, and on the other side is the continued artwork for the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger and the Mighty Morphin logo. The top of the packaging is pink with a white lightning bolt. The camera on this is making it a very bright pink, however it's actually quite a dark pink colour. And then on the back is a standard product shot of the two Rangers together, along with Cat as a cat, which is an odd but fun little accessory. I suspect when we see Pink Zeo Ranger re-released, that will be dropped from the packaging. We'll get this opened up and then we'll look at the figures and the accessories that fully includes. The inlay for the packaging is the standard lightning bolt artwork. Then the Rangers are in the standard clamshell plastic packaging. I am curious to see how long this packaging lasts before Hasbro moves fully to fully recyclable packaging, which I understand is their intention going forward, and we have already seen this on other products such as the Transformers line. First up in the packaging, we can see we have two Rangers. We have Zeo's blaster and baton. I have to say it's a little annoying that it's the extended baton. I'd much rather see the closed version so that it fits in their holsters appropriately. We have a couple of interchangeable hands. Pink Ranger's shield, blast effects, and our first alternate head sculpt for Cat. Moving along, we have Pink Ranger's bow and a standard arrow. We have the Cat, pink Mighty Morphin Ranger, and the blaster. The blaster doesn't bother me as much as the Zeo batons, but again, I would have liked seeing the closed ones as the accessory so that they went into the holsters appropriately. However, I fully understand that it may have been too cost prohibitive to have had two blasters included. So we then have Cat's second alternate head sculpt. This time it appears to be a hair lowered, but we'll take a look at that. We have two further alternate hands. These appear to be the same alternate hands we get for the Zeo Ranger, which is a little disappointing. I would have preferred seeing alternate hand sculpts, or even having those hands reversed, so the flat one is the left hand and vice versa. And then we have a further blast effect for the arrow. We're going to take these out of the packaging and then we'll take a full look at everything that's included. And here we have everything taken out of the packaging. I'm just going to move these along a little. First up we have the Cat as Cat, which is a solid white cat mould with no articulation and green eyes. However, it does a nice job of representing Cat as she appeared in part of Season 3 of Mighty Morphin. We have Zeo Ranger's shield, which is nicely done. It's a nice gold. It is a actual gold rather than one of those cheesy gold colours. The back is similar to the Captain America shields we see for the Legend series, so there's clips for the wrist and also a plug so that she can grip it in her hand. As noted, we have two sets of interchangeable hands for each ranger, although these are the same interchangeable hands for each one. So we have open palmed hands for the left, for the right wrist, and closed fists for the left. As I said, I would have liked to have seen, sort of left and then right, or vice versa, so that we could fully interchange between that. Mighty Morphin's blaster, which is a solid red plastic with some white paint app. This seems to be the exact same we've seen for the other Mighty Morphin Rangers. We have Mighty Morphin's bow. Again, we've seen this previously released with Pink Ranger individually and in the Red Ranger, Gold Zeo Ranger 2-pack from San Diego a few years ago. It has the grips, so it can form part of the Blade Blaster, not the Barrel Blaster with the other Rangers' weapons, and the arrow, which should fit and clip into the bow for posing. The two Zeo accessories. We've seen these with the other Zeo Rangers released. The extended baton and the blaster. We have a small laser blast effect for this was alongside the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger. I'm not sure if this will fit onto the arrow or not. Let's have a look. No, this blast effect does not attach to the bow and will work with the Zeo blaster. Don't know if it shows up on camera, but there's a small hole there which the blaster's tip plugs into, and then the other blast effect, per the packaging shots, appears to fit into the Zeo's shield. So it's a little disappointing that we didn't get a blast effect for the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger. And both effects seem to be solely related to Zeo. While we've obviously seen Mighty Morphin released separately before with their own her own blast effects, given that this was a 2-pack focusing on both Rangers, it would have been nice to have seen a effect for Mighty Morphin Pink, either in the form of a new effect which attached to the arrow, or possibly one of the pink light up arrows we've seen with the previous releases. We then have head sculpts. So this, I feel, is actually quite a nice likeness of the actress who played Cat. As Kristen something or other. I forget her name, and I apologise for that. So yes, it's a nice likeness, nicely sculpted. The hair, I really like the fact that it's blonde with highlights in it rather than one flat colour. And then the scrunchie holding the ponytail back. There's a little bit of paint sloppiness there, but nothing too underwards or as bad as we've seen on some other of the Lightning Collection figures. And then we have the second sculpt, which is a smiling face. And again, it's a good likeness. I like the sculpt. And again, we have the highlighted hair. This time it's been let down. So it's nice to see two very different head sculpts for the same Ranger. And then we have the Rangers themselves. So this is the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger. Personally, I really like this. I can't see any major defects with it. The camera is showing this is quite a bright pink, but it is slightly more muted and in keeping with the colour of the show. If you're unfamiliar with the Lightning Collection figures, the heads are on a ball joint and pop off quite easily to interchange with the other heads. Arms are on a socket ball joint and come fully out and rotate fully around. Then there is a shoulder joint which allows for movement forward and backwards. We have a single joint at the elbow for the women. I do believe, hang on, yes, we look here, the men or male characters have a double hinge joint. I assume that the females only get a single joint because the sculpts of their arms are thinner and may not be able to support the double joint, although it is a shame. I do feel that when the female characters don't get the same exact articulation as the male, they are being shortchanged slightly. The hands just pull out and plug in. Some of them can be quite tough to get in, so you may want to get a hairdryer to them. The chest is on a ball joint, allowing for full rotation, while there is a forward and back joint at the hip. The skirts have a slit in them, which allows for full posability. And then you can see that they are on a standard ball joint for the legs, which allows for the full mobility. There's a turn joint up at the top of the thigh, double joints at the knees, rotation at the boot cut. Don't like how thick the boots appear to be on the Rangers. This is common throughout all of them. They seem to be quite thick when the legs are so much thinner, and it's not just the females. And then the boots are on a... Sorry, they're not showing up properly. You can see that they're on a hinge joint, allowing for forward, back, and rotation side to side, so you can get some really nice posability out of them. So, final look at Mighty Morphin Pink. Overall, I really like this figure. Really well done. You can see the crane coin in her morpher. besides a tiny bit here and there's no real paint errors. Yes, I'm very happy with that. It's a really nice figure. Everything's nice and tight. And if we move on to Zeo Range Pink, again, articulation's the exact same throughout. Don't like how the gold chest piece doesn't come out over the shoulders. It does look like it's oddly broken up there. Though equally, I don't know if it was put across that, it might just look a little too odd as well. I think due to the articulation of the ranges, no matter what you did there, it wasn't going to be accurate 100%, and it was going to look odd either way. Again, really nice gold throughout on the Ranger. Hasbro's gold overall is such a huge improvement to what we saw with Bandai's gold, which was essentially just a melted cheese colour. And the clip at the back as part of the mould. And then black soles for the boots. And again, the boots look quite thick compared to the actual Rangers. But that's not a make or break issue for me. Because of the holsters, the legs for Pink Ranger don't come out quite as far as they did on the Mighty Morphin, but you are still going to get some really nice posability out of it. And then we have the two Rangers together. Zeo gets a really nice grip on all of her weapons. Her fingers are individually cut, so Mark can't quite see it. It means that you can get one finger through the holster, the trigger guard. So it appears she is actually firing. The shield, there it is, gets a really nice tight grip on the wrist. I do worry whether that will break in time. Already you can see a little bit of stress fracture up in the top corner there. And it's not uncommon for shields such as this to snap. I've seen it with a few of the Captain America ones in the past. It's been a while since I've seen Zeo, but the shield itself feels a little smaller on the Ranger. While I feel something the same size as, say, a Captain America shield would be too big, equally I do feel that's a little too small, needed something else. And then we have Pink. She gets a nice tight grip on the bow. The arrow is a little harder to hold and doesn't actually clip into the bow, which is a little disappointing because I know the bow of the Ranger Slayer, which I believe is the same mould, there's a clip and it fits nicely. And then finally just a picture of the cat. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.